Are you looking at putting some new flooring into your house? We just did that. This area that I'm in right here used to all be carpet down the hallway, and we decided that we wanted to put down some vinyl planks, and so that's what we did. In fact, I took some time to kind of research what is the best kind of vinyl plank that you can get on the market, because what I didn't realize is that a lot of them have different thicknesses, and so you want something that's fairly thick. So I was watching a guy on YouTube. I don't know his name, but the channel name is called Home Renovision, and he was saying that there's many different kinds of planks on the market, many different thicknesses, and if you want to get one that is fairly thick but still less expensive than just getting hardwood floors. And he did this whole thing where he brought in like 7 different brands, and he was going through each one of them. This one's junk, this one's junk, this is too expensive, this one's... But then he got down to the end. And the end was like this, I think he said it was 5.5 millimeters. And he said that this is actually one of the better box store brands of vinyl planks. So we decided to go with that. And it is this Lifeproof brand right here that you can find at Home Depot. He said comparing Home Depot and Lowe's, you should go with this Home Depot brand right here, just because it has a better thickness to it than a lot of the other ones at a great price. Another thing too about it is that it also has the pad built into it as well, so you don't have to go and roll out a whole nother pad, a whole nother layer for the pad. You still might need to do your vapor barrier. I didn't have to do one in this because it said if you're putting it down on concrete, that's not necessary in the instructions, and so I wanted to abide by the instructions there because I didn't want it to void the warranty. And the reason why I don't want it to void the warranty is because it's backed by this lifetime warranty. And if you guys know anything about any of the videos that I've made here on the channel, is that I love products with a lifetime warranty. These planks are said to be waterproof, scratch resistant. It can be installed in many different layers of the house, not just on the bottom floor or the basement. It can be in the second floor or the first floor, which is great. It has this easy drop and lock installation, which I want to talk about in just a minute. It does have this lifetime residential warranty, so if you're putting it in your house, it has the lifetime warranty. Otherwise, if you're using it commercially, it's got a 5-year warranty on it. So the basic tools that you need to install this, I did it with my friend he's more of like a carpenter, so he kind of knows what he's doing whenever it comes to cutting and measuring. But as far as like locking these things together, it was super simple. You will need some basic tools, so you need a hammer or a mallet. They usually have there's a block. There's actually a block that you can buy that gets like on the lip of the vinyl plank, and then you just use your hammer to tap it in, and that gets rid of some of those fine lines that you would see in between each plank. Like right here, I can feel just a tad bit of that right there. And one thing you can do is put that block right up here at the top, use your hammer it a little bit, and it would close in some of these little lines right there. So it was really easy to do. It's just kind of time consuming because you want to make sure that you're doing it right, since it's going to be lasting on your floor hopefully for a lifetime there. You're going to want your tape measures and your squares and your utility knife. You don't necessarily need the utility knife if you have a saw, which I would recommend the saw, because we tried doing some like little fine details with utility knife, and it takes a lot of cutting to be able to get through there. So definitely would suggest that you get either probably a table saw, the miter saw, unless you have one of those ones that you can kind of pull forward and move back. I don't know what it's called, but it's not just the ones that chop down. And the reason for that is because whenever you go to chop it down, it doesn't actually chop the full plank because of how wide these are. By the way, the measurements on these are a 8.66 inch by 47.64 inch, and you have 20.06 square feet, or if you're looking at the metric system, it's 220 millimeters by 1,210 millimeters at 1.86 square meters right there. This one that we have here is called the Heirloom Pine. Y'all can pause the video if y'all want some more information about it right there, but that's kind of the model numbers and all the different things about it right there. The other tools that you might want to consider getting besides the saw and the mallet to be able to to knock it in. You might need, one thing we had to do was get a little screwdriver, and that was for whenever you're trying to place little pieces underneath your jams because you may not have had enough room to get in there and you have little gaps. Something kind of like this right here. See that little gap right there? That one was a super small one, but sometimes they came out a little further, and so we would take our screwdriver to kind of maneuver a little piece underneath the jam right there so that it was kind of flush underneath here. The other thing that you might want is like a small little cutting saw that's at an angle so that you can get underneath your jams, because you want to be able to place that vinyl plank totally underneath the jam so that it has a more seamless look to it. So I definitely would recommend that as well, which I can link up all the things that we used for this project down in the description below. But taking a look at the actual flooring, we have really been liking it. It is super comfortable to walk on. I think it looks really nice. It looks like real wood, and but what I really like about it is that it is that waterproof or water resistant, whatever you want to say. So if something gets on here, it's not going to damage it, unlike other wood floors where if you get water on it, it will start to damage the floors. Because I've had that happen at my mom's house before. She had some water damage and it started to make the floor warp and buckle and whatnot. And I know that this is going to be great for our house. Now, whenever it comes to the transitions between, you'll notice that we don't have any yet because we're letting some glue dry on it. But we did put down this one right here because it was a little bit more simpler. And they don't make like matching transitions, like, oh, you get this one, then this flooring, then you should buy this transition. So we found one that was the closest we could find. This is called Copper. I'll link it up down in the description below as well. But I thought that it worked really well going from this brick to the flooring right here. And we have some other pieces. We just needed, since this was flat on the jam right there, we could install this one really easily. But we need to make a couple notches in some of the other pieces in there because the door stops were in the way, so they need to be etched out. So that's why whenever I say you might need a few extra tools, you need things like that. But this is the other transitions right here, and you guys can pause the video on that if you want all the information about this particular one. But it is the Performance Accessories vinyl floor molding kit, and like I said, this is the copper one right there, which I think kind of matched best with the flooring that we have, the Heirloom Pine right here. But all in all, I gotta say that I am absolutely loving this flooring. Like I said, I'll link it up down in the description below if you guys want to go and read other people's reviews about it, or if you really like it and you want to go ahead and place your order. I have found that whenever I went to go and order mine at Home Depot, they did not have enough boxes in stock. So I'm glad I went a little bit early and I was able to go online so that I could have it delivered to the store. And then whenever I had it delivered to the store, I brought the truck to go pick it up. We needed 33, actually we needed 30 boxes. I got 33 because you want to buy about 10% over what you think you need just for scraps and that type of stuff. And so I used 33 boxes here, and that's like a whole pallet. So they took a forklift and they put it into the bed of the truck using the forklift, and then I had to bring them all inside whenever we were ready to do it. But do expect these, there's 7 planks per box. So as you move them, you're gonna get a good workout in. My back was definitely hurting the next day after moving them around and installing them and whatnot. Let me show you guys one of the planks out, like not on the floor, because we do have some of those scraps left over, just so I can show you guys like what the padding looks like and the bottom of it, so you guys get a better idea of what you're getting into here. So these were some of the scraps that we had left over from those boxes, and this is what a plank looks like, or one of the planks. It's actually a little bit thicker than this because we had to cut just a little strip off. But as you can see, there's the design on this side, and this is that snap and lock system that I was talking to you guys about. Now my friend, he installed his own vinyl plank in his house and wasn't the same brand. It was a little bit different, and he was saying that whenever you had to snap it in, like it make this snapping sound, and then you can kind of use your hammer to beat it down and whatnot. But these went in just a little bit easier, and you could actually like put it in, place it down, and then snap in your sides right from the get-go, and then do your little hammer on the side right here. So that worked really, really well. As far as laying it down, I find that it was easier than what he was telling me he had to do with his vinyl planks. Now, on the back here, this is your pad that comes with, it's already glued onto the vinyl plank here. And I found that this is very comfortable. It says Score Technology, and they say, I believe they say that. Oh no, Isocore technology. That is to show you, to let you know, like it's a good padding for your feet and shoes and all that type of stuff. This is a look at the thickness right there. This is a 7mm plank right here, which was actually better than what the guys at Home Renovision mentioned in theirs, because they said theirs was like a 5.5, if I remember correctly. And being that this is a 7 at such a great price, I mean, you really can't beat that. Usually a 7mm vinyl plank will run you a lot more than what we got it for. And you'd probably just want to go with something more like a hardwood floor at that price, at that thickness. And so this was just such a good price, I just couldn't pass it up, especially for that thickness. And then look over on the side here, you can see the different layers of the thickness here. So you have your wear layer right here, then you have your vinyl and your padding there, and then you have your bottom pad right there. So great vinyl plank here. Definitely recommend this one, just as far as installation and ease of use doing that. We got it done in about, we didn't work like 8 hours or 10 hours a day all the days, but it took us 4 days of like on and off type stuff. But I would say a total of maybe like 2.5 to 3 days to get everything done, including all the cuts and transitions and everything. And this is just 2 people working at it. So like I said, if you guys want to check this out, I'll link it up down in the description below. You can go read other people's reviews about it. Don't just take my word for it. But if you guys want to see some of the other vinyl, luxury vinyl plank flooring that we can find, I'll put a link to some of those down in the description below that they have on Amazon. But I would definitely recommend the Home Depot one over anything else, unless you're just going with something else like a hardwood floor or a vinyl laminate that you just roll out or something like that. But if you guys want to see the robotic mop that we use to keep our floors clean, I'm going to put that right there on the screen. It's the iRobot Brava M6. I love that thing. Go watch that video so that you know how to keep your floors clean. If you guys are liking what we're doing here on Dad Reviews, thank y'all for watching. Definitely appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end, and Dad out.